What's up YouTube? This is 4th Star TCG, and today I have an informational video for you guys. I'm going to be showing you how to protect and store your Pokemon cards, the best ways that I think there is to protect and store them, how to protect and store them if you're not going to get them professionally graded, how to protect and store them if you are going to get them professionally graded, and all of that other stuff. So, I'm going to be going over both sleeves, different options for sleeves, and hard holders, and hope you guys enjoy the video. So, when you have a regular card like this, like for example this Celebi EX Full Art, which is absolutely fantastic, but in excellent condition, which is why I'm not grading it, and why I don't have a problem taking it out of its sleeve and showing it to you guys just sort of naked like this. So the first thing that you always want to do when you're looking to protect your cards is to put them in a sleeve. These sleeves can be, there are really three main types of sleeves that I'm going to show you guys. The first one is what I like to call a thick or hard sleeve. Usually has some sort of design on the background, and a clear front. And the advantages of this sleeve is that it offers more protection than your normal penny sleeve, and it makes the card look really good. And the reason I like using these sleeves is because they offer, like I said, more protection than the regular penny sleeve. I think they make it look a little bit better than the regular penny sleeve. The card is sort of offset from the background. And they're really good for cards that aren't in the best condition because you can't see the back. So if you have cards that are in really either played or not good condition, but you still want to keep them in your collection and you don't exactly want to advertise that they're not in good condition, you can use these sleeves. And they do a really good job of displaying just the card itself and really minimizing any condition issues that the card may have. So the other benefit of this sleeve is that the edges are hard, like I can flick the edges here, and it doesn't damage the card, which is actually really good. This is a very sort of stiff sleeve, and this is actually what I use for putting cards that are pretty valuable, that I'm not going to grade, that I really don't want any harm coming to them, but I wouldn't be heartbroken if there was another nick or something on them. Now the next type of sleeve is just a regular penny sleeve. These are the cheapest sleeve you can buy. They're called a penny sleeve for a reason. These sort of thick sleeves are usually more expensive. I don't know exactly how much for a pack of 60. It's usually somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 or something, but with a penny sleeve, it's really like a penny. I think I got 1,000 of these penny sleeves for somewhere in the neighborhood of $11 or something like that. So these sleeves are really inexpensive and they do the job pretty well. These sleeves are what you want to use if you are going to send your cards into PSA or any other professional grading company. These sleeves, they protect the card really well, but they allow enough movement, like I can really easily push this card out of the sleeve without much pressure on it. It comes out really easily, so it's really easy for the grader to take the card out of the sleeve without damaging it in any way. Now, these are the sleeves that I use for a large majority of my cards. I use them for holos that I'm not really going to grade. I use them for cards that I'm going to grade. For example, here's a Full Art Aqua's Kyogre EX that you can see it is in the same sleeve. So I use these penny sleeves for professional grading and just a lot of general card protection, and I think this is the most economical way to protect your cards. These penny sleeves are really cheap and they do get the job done. Drawbacks, of course, the card can slide around inside. Sometimes if you want to put your cards in 9-pocket binders, they don't exactly fit well, So if you're going to do that, you might want to pick a smaller sleeve that fits better on the card. And now I'm going to talk about one of those smaller sleeves. This sleeve, a lot of people are sort of moving towards using. It's a perfect fit sleeve. The main brand that makes them is called KMC, and this is called a perfect fit sleeve for a reason. It fits the card nearly perfectly, and you can barely tell that there's a sleeve on it. Yeah. The only problem with this sleeve, and why I don't like to use it, is that it's hard to get the card in and out. Once it's in, it looks amazing. But if you're looking to take it out of the sleeve to examine it for condition or something like that, it can be not difficult, but sort of harrowing, as you really want to be careful as you're taking it out. You don't want to damage your card in any way. It's a lot tighter to the card, so you're going to risk sort of bending the card or something like that as you try to get it out, and you could risk sort of hitting the card against one of the sides of the sleeve when you're putting it in or taking it out. So this perfect fit sleeve is a sleeve that I'd recommend if you're going to sleeve your cards, put them in a 9-page or a 9-pocket binder page, and just that's it. That's all you're going to do. You're just going to sleeve them up, and you're not going to get them graded. They're going to stay in your collection in this sleeve forever, and they look amazing when they are in this sort of protection. So that's it for soft sleeves. I'm going to put it back into this penny sleeve to go over the two types of sort of hard protectors that you can use. The first one I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with, is your standard top loader. Card goes in the top, push it in, and there you go. If you're going to be putting your sleeves and top loaders are the best way to protect your cards if you're not going to get them professionally graded. They do it all. They protect the card, they keep it secure, and if you have your card in a sleeve and top loader, nothing's going to happen to it. It's going to stay in the condition that it was when you put it in, save for something catastrophic like a flood or a fire or something like that. I like to use these just the regular penny sleeves. The KMC sleeves are the perfect fit ones. They allow for a little bit more movement. You can also use the thick sleeves, but I don't know. I don't really like the way it looks like that. I think when you're putting them in a clear top loader, then you should use a penny sleeve like this. Yeah. So that's the top loader, the most simple form of protection and what I highly recommend. And the next and last thing is card savers. These are sort of they're plastic holders. They aren't as rigid as a top loader. If you can see, it doesn't take much effort for me to bend this like all the way into a U shape. They aren't that sturdy, but this is what professional grading companies basically require you to submit your cards in. And it can be a little difficult to get your cards into these card savers. You want Card Saver 1, if you can see on the top there, Card Saver 1. These are the ones that PSA sort of very much prefers, and you sort of slide the card in there like a top loader. You can get them from Ultra Pro as well, in this sort of, they call it a semi-rigid holder. But yeah, these are, if you're going to submit your cards to PSA or any professional grading company, this is what you want to use. Penny sleeve, not a thick sleeve or a perfect fit sleeve. Penny sleeve and a Card Saver 1. This is what I've used, and I've had absolutely no problems with it. But the only thing with this is that it's not exactly ideal for saving space. You have a small card and the surface area is like doubled because you're putting it in this sleeve and then a quite large holder. I can hold up the top loader here right next to it, so you can see that the Card Saver really does take up a lot more space. So they take up more space. I'm not a big fan of the card saver, but I kind of have to use it because I do PSA grade my cards, and you really want to put these, if you're looking to grade a card, if you even have like the vaguest thought of grading it, like I have some old Phantom Gate hollows that I opened up that I thought were really cool, and they're still in card savers because I haven't decided if I want to grade them or not. But yeah, you always want to put cards that you think you're going to grade in these card savers and penny sleeves, because if you ever do decide to grade them or they turn out to be really rare or hard to get in good condition, you don't want to have to go through the experience of either taking it out of like a perfect fit sleeve or a thick sleeve and a top loader and putting it into a penny sleeve and a card saver. And getting cards into card savers is not exactly easy. So I would highly recommend, if you have the vaguest thought of grading your cards, you put them in penny sleeves and top loader and card savers. These card savers, you can get about 100 of them. I think the last thing of 100 I purchased off of eBay cost me about, I want to say maybe $13. Yeah, so they cost about 10 cents each. Well, if you want to be, yeah, so about 13 cents for one of these card saver ones. They are really useful, and you do get 100 of them. If you do send your cards off to PSA, they do not send back your card savers and sleeves, so you will be out these. So you will have to continually replenish them. Like I haven't had to buy top loaders in a while because I don't really use them for a lot of my cards, and I can just reuse them when I take a card out of a top loader or something like that. But these card savers, if you are planning on grading a lot of cards, you are going to run low on them, and if you're getting a lot more cards, you will want to have an extra package of card savers or two on hand. So that is going to do it for my informational video on how to protect and store your Pokemon cards. There's all sorts of other things I could go over. I could go over boxes that you could store them in. I could do an entire, more like half an hour on PSA grading and how to do that. But I think that this sort of most basic way of sleeving up your cards, the kind of sleeves you can get, how to order sleeves, and these different types of holders is sufficient. Just like to remind you guys, I do have a giveaway going on right now that is on my channel. There's going to be 2 winners of that giveaway. There's going to be a winner for a ton of TCGO online code cards, and there's going to be a winner for a bunch of ultra rares. That includes full arts, level X, EX cards. Really nice giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to me and comment on that video, on my giveaway video. You can find that on my channel page. Just comment on that what your favorite Hoenn region Pokemon is. And that's it. So, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stick around for more videos.